Hello, it's said that on this day in 1496, Leonardo da Vinci experimented with a flying machine. The experiment is supposed to have happened at the top of a mountain just outside Florence, and this flying machine was propelled by a pilot lying on his face, pedaling like mad, also using his hands to crank the machine forward, with steering done by levers attached to his head. He'd been fascinated by flight and had got many drawings of how different machines might take to the air, a helicopter type of thing that would rise vertically with rotators going in opposite directions, a glider, but this was his flying machine. It didn't work. So the story goes, and it led to the poor pilot breaking his leg. But the thing that's impressive for me is Leonardo's fascination with this and the way he's determined to find out as much as he can about flight. Following not so much the flight of birds, because they had feathers and humans haven't, but bats were his inspiration for the flying machine, and the structure of the bat led to his design of the structure of his flying machine. I think as we move forward into the new year, it's worth just asking ourselves what really fascinates us, just as flying fascinated Leonardo, and to see how in this coming year we can really explore the fascination, explore something that we're really interested in, try and find out more about it, to experience more of it, whatever it may be, because this is what brings excitement and energy to life. But as I've been hinting, it's likely that this so-called experiment with a flying machine never happened. It seems to be a myth. But the pictures, the designs, the way in which Leonardo spent ages trying to work out how it might work are very real. Although it's perfectly clear from his writings that he knew very well that the weight of the machine and the weight of the man could never be got off the ground. He might have invented a way of keeping it in the air, but he couldn't invent a way of getting it off the ground. That, of course, didn't happen until engines came along. In other words, he was actually much more realistic than that myth about the supposed experimental flight suggests. He knew it wouldn't happen, but he still wanted to explore it and find out how it might work. And as we think about our coming year and what might excite us as we explore something further, I think we also need to be realistic and to be honest with ourselves about what we can achieve and what we can't achieve. And I think it's this balance between ambition and realism that can be really helpful to us as we move forward. We mustn't be weighed down and put off doing things by being over pessimistic in our realism. On the other hand, it's disheartening to be over ambitious. If we can try and find a happy medium between ambition and realism as we explore those things that excite us in this coming year, I think that's the way we shall find our lives energized and find some excitement in the year that lies ahead.